There we go, and I'm back. So hello. Sorry about the muting. Damn it, I can't do it there. Fine. I'll defeat you the old-fashioned way then. Feel free to let me know if the audio and all that is fine or not fine. Slightly annoyed that I had to restart this level because last week it bugged out on me, so unfortunately I had to start all over again because the level bugged out on me. Couldn't get any further, which is annoying. Let's see if I can take this one out. Thank you. Damn it. Damn it. Ooh, we got a tough one here. Really? Well, that's unfortunate. Come on. Thank you. Personal correspondence archive. Email and IM search results for Project Aegis. Title: Sample Security. From eSilverstar at telestrum.ucas. Message: Mr. Telestrian, in light of the recent attacks, I have relocated the only remaining sample of Project Aegis to the safe in my office. The safe is hidden and the safe's lock is mechanical and thus not at risk from Matrix Decker attacks. Sincerely, Eric Silverstar, Director of Security, Telestrian Industries, Seattle office. Well done, mon ami. As it happens, Eric Silverstar's office is on this very floor. About time a little good fortune came our way, eh? I make my own luck. As you say. Now to stop those elevators, I'm sure there's an accessible node in the system we can access. Find it before you're overrun by the guards. Sweet, I'll just... I don't know. I may need to use the security protocol here. Security protocol, the one that lets you reduce your security thing. Problems, whatever it is. I can't remember off the top of my head. Never mind. Oh. Now, we need suppression. Yeah, damn it. No worries. I think this was the section that I got bogged on last time. And I wish to take shelter, because shelter is a very good thing. What did I do that for? Never mind. It's not going to reach there, so... There's still another place I need to go that's a little bit backwards for now. But that'll be fine. There's one problem. So... I probably have to go back the other way. Which is unfortunate because I don't feel like I'm doubling back because it's going to be an issue later on. By that I mean this thing slowly ticks up. Really? Right there. Oh man, that sucks. Come on, get in there. Fine, I guess you can continue moving forward. Can't believe I have to do that. Hopefully these two will shoot into him. Until then, I'm going to need to scout ahead. I mean, I don't know the maths behind how you can miss from that range, but okay. This is the other place that I need to get to. You. There we go, messed with the elevators. And now to run all the way back. Really? I thought there'd be more security or something like that. Data store. Local file search results for Project Aegis. Title: Security Treatment and Assessment. Lynn Telestrian. Text excerpt. At this point, we cannot confidently assign a motive to Miss Telestrian's hiring of Shadowrunners to destroy the company's Columbia River facility. But there are two leading contenders. The most likely is that she is working for a rival megacorp seeking a competitive advantage, but an alternative explanation is that it has something to do with her deep involvement with the Universal Brotherhood. While Telestrian Industries, of course, would never interfere with our employees' religious choices, our 2053 investigation raised concerns that Ms. Telestrian's devotion to the cult-like Universal Brotherhood could represent a security risk to the company. And it is possible that this has come true. I don't really think there is anything else, to be brutally honest. So let's jack out. So we need to get there. This shouldn't be too difficult. I'm getting the stinking suspicion that at some point I'm gonna get ambushed. So let's send you in first, buddy. And let's hide in there. Your comlink chirps again with the Baron's face appears on screen. His voice is far less confident than before. This is new. You didn't know about the control panel. Great. Apparently, Mr. Silverstar's reputation for paranoia is well founded. This panel is hard-coded door control that cannot be accessed from the Matrix. It was not there yesterday. How did he have it installed so fast? So now what? Smitty will think of something. Very well, this will work, but the plan requires you, and only you, to stay the night. What? You will find an elevator once again under your control, our control. Goes to an empty parking garage in safety. Your hired help will be able to clear the buildings with ease. You, however, will be Telestrian's newest employee come sunrise. Allow me to tell you where to go. Just casually change his accent along the way. The morning after, you hunker down in the janitor's locker room amid the smells of industrial strength cleanser, floor wax, and body odor. Sleep is impossible as you must be constantly on your guard for telltale sounds of security teams or building maintenance crews. Morning eventually comes, and with it another chance at Project Aegis. Well then, let's get to it. Good morning, mon ami. You look well. Get on with it. Given Mr. Silverstar's paranoia about security, we could not get into his office in a straightforward manner. Last night, however, thanks to the mayhem created by you and your Shadowrunners, a situation ripe for exploitation now exists. You must think you're pretty clever. Oui, while you waited here, I continued to probe, looking into some less secure, more mundane Telestrian office files. Shipping records indicate that Mr. Silverstar recently took delivery on several paintings he commissioned after being promoted to VIP Telestrian security. The shipment was called Our Values. On the same day, building maintenance reported installing the artwork in his office at the same time as the piece of equipment purchased from Fuji Corp. Although they attempted to obfuscate its use, I believe it is safe. And the sample is in the safe? You are very bright. Mr. Silverstar is personally conducting the investigation into last night's break-in. He is interviewing personnel who may have pertinent information. You need to be one of the personal interviewers. You need to be one of the personnel he interviews. In his office, once you're inside, you'll get what you need to leave so you can have your way out to get the sample. So tell me I have evidence so I can get inside this office for the interview. Close, you will plant evidence of your own creation. There are 3 matrix emergency power junctions on this level. If we add some comlink chips to them, it will make last night's run appear to be preparation for a larger run. It will bring attention of Telestrian security. Getting the attention of corporate security comes easily to me. What's your angle? There's a janitor's uniform, ID badge, and a comlink chips in his locker. In the locker. There will get you general access and allow you to pass a basic inspection. The rest is up to you. One more thing. Mr. Silverstar is known for his creative security measures. You would do well to learn as much as you can about the man before meeting him. Now quickly change and I'll unlock the door. Damn it. Alright. Anything else that I can interact with in here? Nope. The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable dime-a-dozen resource. To those of you that don't know what a stuffer shack is like a they exist everywhere and you can get a lot of things from them. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when we first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago, when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally we'd watch an orientation thread and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day, but you're going to need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. A thread is just a video for those that don't know. I'll try to explain things as I go. Cleaning up other people's messes is what I do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note on your file. Straighten up the floor and stay out of trouble. Got it. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool will attack a Telestrian corporate office and think that they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. I'm gonna save it here just in. Ooh, yeah, I should probably spend that karma. So let's just confirm it and save because I think this is a puzzle. Telestrian guard. What can I do for you? I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floor may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, of VRPS of security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Okay, well I better get back to it. Ba-ba-ba. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raoul, I know and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but when I told that to Silver Star. Okay? He accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that dreck. But today isn't the day for Telestrian Corp's duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy that Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. We have to go upstairs and report. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing into the ducts. Sorry, I tracked that dreck all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. And because we got good charisma? Me either. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this back room in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, alright? What can we do about this? Matrix emergency power junction. Install the comlink. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place the chip inside. Telestrian tech worker. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the land racks just behind him. Thank you for coming. Can you believe it? Silver Star is calling it an intrusion. But I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? Later, suit. Okay, I am fairly certain I saw that thing go brrrp. Take some of the land parts. Alright, so now that we're there, remove the access panel and place a comlink. There is another thing done. Don't need to go through there because I just came in through there. I'll give it another look over just in case. What is that? I surely hope those are just 2 bottles. Because zoomed out, that does not look good. No, well. Telestrian guard. I have to say, at this point, it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show that the terminal was left unsecured in direct You failed in your duty. I know it's a duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to take my report to Eric. Okie dokie. The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? You look like you're in some real trouble, drummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I came across some items that might help you out. I doubt it. You know, the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Security's bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with, and no one would be the wiser. You're right, there's no reason I should let security push me around. He steels himself. Just do it quick! He placed the cables in the data chips around the terminal casing. Thank you so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out of here for a while? There's a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this between us. Is that a fax machine? I think I just heard one. You know, I'm surprised that with all the grenades that were thrown around in this room, the coffee machine and the photocopier are completely fine. Matrix emergency power junction. Well, we've already done it 2 more times, let's make it a 3rd. Plant the comlink chips to get to Eric Silverstar's office. Nope. Can't go that way. These 2 are locked. Still messy in here. Jeez, whoever made this mess last night clearly did not know how to clean up after themselves. Certainly wasn't me with all the shotgun fire and the grenades and the spirits. What can I do for you? Need to get upstairs. The top floor may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VIP of security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Hey, I found all these chips on some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back on you for a brief conversation, then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. You're about to transition to a new location. Continue? Sure. There's nothing else I could do in there anyway. Collecting the sample. The brutish dog-eat-dog existence of a slum dweller is far cry from the quiet desperation and existential nothingness of the corporate wage slave. Yet after your time as at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floors. And your goal. Obviously I can't get in there, and there's no way... Right. No way in there. Eric Silverstar. There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Just doing me job, sir. More than that, I must say you're displaying the values of vigilance in spades, and from an janitor. I'm fairly certain that's incorrect. From a janitor, no less. If memory serves, "and" only works if the next word has a vowel sound, like honor or adjacent, for example. Probably very poor examples, but I'm fairly certain that's how it works. And janitor. No, that doesn't sound right. We prefer building maintenance, sir. Of course you do. Now please start filling out the report on this data pad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not sit in my chair, given your attire. I need to go ahead downstairs and investigate the findings. I'll be right back. Right, so it's this one. Push. 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 I know. Push the frame. Wait, what's in here? Walk away. There is a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely keyed to Mr. Silverstar. Walk away. What do I do? Huh. Pick off a half-smoked cigarette. I was wondering why that was so important. Put the moist end of the cigar in the DNA scanner. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator, for your path is clear. Head to the elevators and make your escape. Get out. McCluskey. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? The smirk broadens. That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaws. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. He smiles wolfishly. Come on, Drake for brains, make the wrong choice. I'll opt for a stand-up conversation. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. Oh, well, how unfortunate for you. The estate. From the floor of the Lone Star Cruiser, you watch the tops of the Downstar Corridor office building disappear, replaced by a grey overcast over the 190 bridge. I think that's how you say it. The nylon restraints binding your wrists and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper-smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Its design a blend of old-world finery and elvish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged into the driveway. When McCluskey pulls a nasty-looking knife and cuts your bonds, you look up to see you're surrounded by a square of green-clad ghosts. Special Forces troops from Tangir, I think. Massaging the feeling back into your numb extremities, you prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. McCluskey smokes. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself. This time, troll. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Tangir and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, McCluskey? You're his lapdog. His eyes say, I love to kill you right now, but his mouth continues to smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, dumbass. What do you got? Indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from toes to horns. Before he speaks, he doesn't like what he sees. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You'll find him in his office. Thank you, Jeeves. He is not amused. Delighted to be of service. You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that you need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limits to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long. Pain in the ass. Oh, you're here. Aljon. Aljon. There is a twinkle in Aljon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the street seamstresses union. Thank you, Mouth. It's good to see you again. There is much to do. You run into some pretty different circles, don't you, Algernon? I do not run at all, Lady Nightbot. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Damn it. Yeah. Damn it all. I suppose I'd be talking to this gentleman. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you. Calculating and cold, his practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from the trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mansion. It's something else, the feeling that you are being categorized as a resource, or liability, or a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visits to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my Vice President of Security his job. In 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. How do you intend to settle your debt? Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such a time that I decide that the debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point, however. You have one piece of information which might use as a bargaining chip in your little time that you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office and uncovered the location of a simple research project. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through the security teams up to my private office to access the matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. The most protected item is usually the most valuable. That's what I'll look at. It goes like this. Your half-brother Samrat's hired me to find his own killer. He is a he had a dead man switch. When I find the killer, I get paid. You impress me, ma'am. My father's bastard are intentionally not well known, even to themselves. Nevertheless, I fail to see the connection between this Sam White's death and the raid on one of my office buildings. There is no connection between the research project and the dead man that I am aware of. Sam was killed by your half-sister Jessica. Jessica is protected by giant bugs. Agus kills the giant bugs. Kill the bugs, kill Jessica, get paid. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on his desk. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young, pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you! You're the woman who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get in here? Telestrian cuts it quickly. Thank you, Maria Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive her for the trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you got out okay, Maria Louise. I'm not okay. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream that I'll wake up from and still be there with the pugs. You can relax, Maria Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, I won't be over until they're all dead. She shudders. You didn't see them. You didn't understand. And you and those men you flew in here, all you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakeem involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Agus to the woman. We will speak of this later in private. Now then, Lady Nightbot, there are people who wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a woman of the street such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. Sounds like I don't have much of a choice. Not if you wish to draw another breath, no. I still think I could take him. It's a shame it doesn't give me the opportunity to. There is no weight in Telestrian's library. A sense of magnitude and of purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth, you are in the presence of history. Lady and gentlemen, this is Lady Nightbot. She is the troll who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Her Brachus, what does the representative of the Great Dragon, Lofroya, have to tell us about the magical insects? Shadowrunner uncovered. Brachus speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. My Lord Lofar has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows. Hands, dear, I love you, but could you babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence? The painted elf addresses you. Lady Nightbot, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely magically awakened animal like the wyvern or hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's a physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. I imagine moving from one plane of existence to another isn't easy. Correct, perhaps Das German can tell you all about it at length someday. He's got plenty of time to chit-chat. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through astral space and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner in that case being us. 2 elements are required to bring one access the void: a shaman and a host. First, the spirits call upon the shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised. In short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestions, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sorts of people easily attracted to the cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harley Quinn is correct. The insect spirits will then slowly consume its host, while transforming it into a spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. What's this have to do with the Great Dragon and an elf who looks like cosmetics? Funny kid, but it's no laughing matter. This is bigger than hunting down the insect shaman or putting a few 9mm rounds into a bug. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has a queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpse. Again, and again. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario. Faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Lady Nightbug. It is an invasion. My Lord Lothwire knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. Your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. Then why don't you just fire a cruise missile at the Brotherhood and call it a day? You're half engaged the enemy. You know why? The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself exists on 2 planes. It cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence, Project Aegis. I have no idea what accent this is, by the way. I'm just doing this to the best of my ability. Her Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Lothwire's thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy insect spirit. Once it is released from its host, the formula, a fluorescent astral bacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once and can thus affect insect spirit. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off index cards? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will now be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? Our weapons specialists have reportedly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescent astral bacterial strain. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shell will discharge a high-velocity stream of bacteria. In order to destroy the bugs, it must first be damaged, using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from the host of the body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the projectile Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Crudely but put accurate. We must put a stop to the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside the facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your high effective assault upon my property, indicates that you are ideal person to lead the attack. I'm flattered. The painted elf grins and his red lipstick catches the light. You should be. Come on, kid, where fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has a nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around, she's on the other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo the mission, Lady Nightbot? Killing bird. My job is to bring the killer to justice, not lead an assault against monsters out of nightmares. I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I'm assuming that serving all mankind involves compensation. Of course, here is my proposal. If you prevent the queen from being summoned and destroy the insects in the next 1 million yuan will be divided by the surviving team members. 1 million? Sign me up. Excellent. He claps his hands as if saying the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. Brackus raises his hand and Harlequin's clapping instantly stops. There is one final note. A warning, if you will. You have seen the dangers the insect represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into the powerful source of magic in order to summon the queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need her to go on the mission. By the way, I'm coming with you, Lady Nightbot. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrian will bankroll you, so you can hire the rest of your team. Find me when you're ready to go and we'll bug right out of there. He sighs. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you are ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant, Quoth. He's highly resourceful. Hans Brackus. We did not allow many opportunities during our briefing for you to ask questions, Shadowrunner. You may ask them now. How did the insect spirits get here? When the membrane between planes thins, the insect spirits reach into the mind of a shaman and begin their manipulation, playing on the weaknesses and offering unlimited power. If the ritual needed to bring the spirits here are performed. But once a shaman takes on an insect spirit as a totem, they begin an inevitable decline into insanity, slowly losing their humanity. Eventually, the shaman completely succumbs, choosing the containment and sense of clear purpose that being part of the hive provides. Perform your role, serve your queen. That is all. If Lo-Fi had seen this before they knew another was coming, why didn't he move faster? Based upon the previous cycle of magic, the first insects are not due to appear for another 700 years. My Lord Lo-Fi believed he was well ahead of schedule. Something is different this time. It is concerning. Why do you think it's different this time? Perhaps it is due to the population of humans and metahumans on Earth being so much higher than in previous ages. As a result, the volume of magic created by sentient beings is correspondingly higher. Or perhaps it is the density of the population coupled with the advancement of society and technology that has altered things. Magic has never returned to the world like this one before. The density of sentient creatures, coupled with the density of information, coupled with a new concept, the technological persistence of memory, heightens a social existence angst. Thus, more people realize how truly horrible existence is, simultaneously. That in itself may be a form of magic Lo-Fi was studying. The question now. What's it like to serve the Great Dragon? The German man's eyes narrow. Do not misconstrue my relationship with Lord Lo-Fi. I do not serve. Where do the insect spirits come from? As the level of magic in the sixth world grows, for lack of a better word, the distance between the various planes of reality decreases. When the membrane between the planes is thin enough, ritual magic may be used to draw beings from another world. I should go. Yes. Good luck. Eljon. May I provide spells, spirit foci, or fetishes to help you on your critical quest? I have some questions first. Speak it. Were you spying on me in the Seamstresses Union? His eyes widened at the question. You mistake your importance, Lady Nightbot. No, I was not spying on you until Mr. Telestrian's summons. You were beneath my notice. I saw only a customer. Now do you require my magic? Are you really here? Eljon's face takes on a dreamy expression. Are any of us? Yes, Lady Nightbot, I am here, and at the Seamstresses Union, and a myriad of other places. On to the work at hand. Do you require my magic? Who are you? I am a peddler of magical spells, spirits, and foci. Nothing more. Truly? No. Do you require my magic? Alright, let's see what you got. Let's talk to him. Is there something I can clarify for you? Tell me more about the Project Aegis. Telestrian Industries Corporation has been working on Project Aegis for 2 years without fully understanding its use. Lowfry did not trust me with the information. My engineers finally met with the Dragon specifications 3 months ago and had just begun the production process when my cousin Lynn hired Shadowrunners to destroy the lab and the factory, leaving us the only sample you stole. Why was Maria Louise taken to the Universal Brotherhood? He pauses before answering. The host of the Queen is chosen very carefully, as the interactions between the Queen and the lead shaman are critical. Our family connection between the two roles is ideal. As you have discovered my father's indiscretion with Melinda Watts, you know that Jessica Watts, the shaman, and Maria Louise are relative by blood. I would appreciate it if that information remains in the shadows. How do I use the Aegis? Many people have weaponized the Project Aegis formula by creating shells which, when fired, propel a high-velocity cloud of materials which should be effective at killing exposed insect spirits. There are more effective ways to deliver Aegis, obviously, but time was of the essence and I needed to improvise. I should go. Indeed. Are you... I was listening. It sounds bad. Yep. Thank you for everything. Could be worse. Could be raining. She smiles. It's Seattle. You look like you have questions. Why were you locked up at the Universal Brotherhood? Father didn't approve of my boyfriend and he tried to scare him off. Something went wrong and Hakim ended up in a wheelchair. Father covered the whole thing up and lied to me about Hakim. He told me horrible things. Her jaw clenches. And I believed him. My aunt Lynn told me the truth about Hakim and how my father lied. She preyed upon my anger. I was so disgusted with him. It was easy for her to get me to leave and join the new family of Universal Brotherhood. Why did Lynn Telestrian and the Universal Brotherhood want you? Aunt Lynn was very excited to have me there, almost maniac. She talked about the inner circle and how I was going to be at its center. She said I would be their queen. When the way they spoke, it was as if she'd seen a god or something. Her eyes closed and she shrugs herself tightly. But it's no god she sees, it's a bug. Only bugs. Was it Hakim that helped you in the Matrix? She smiles in love. Yes, even after my father ruined his life and convinced me to hate him, he's still been watching over me. My angel in cyberspace, Baron Samedi. After we escaped, he told Hakim about the Brotherhood and about the bugs. It was his idea to steal Project Aegis so you could go back to the Universal Brotherhood and exterminate the bugs. But I just don't know how he knew about it. Baron Samedi just knows things. So what did Hakim tell you about us breaking into your father's office? Nothing. I haven't spoken to him since last night. Why? What happened? It went as planned until your father's people found me and brought me in. Of course it went as planned. Hakim is amazing in the Matrix. I'm sure you'll hear from him soon. So Hakim is Sadili? Sadie? Damn it, I can't remember. In addition to the Aegis loaded launches we will provide, I am authorized to outfit you from weapons to supplying of clothing. Show me gear. Now, is this the part where I can get really good shotguns? SMG. Submachine gun. I don't have range combat 6. Damn it all. Oh well. Show me outfits. Like great street armor. Corporate mage, the mechanic, +1 control, +1 combat, spellcasting and willpower. Street monk grants move +1, unarmed combat +1. Quickness, intelligence, willpower. I need charisma. Grant spirit summoning and spirit control +1, I suppose. Confirm. Outfit. Totem coat. Nice. No thanks, I'm good. Okay, so everyone, I'm going to call it here. It's been an hour and 40 minutes, and this next little problem I'll be running into will be taking, if memory serves, some time. Either because I'm going to die a lot of times, or because this last little part is a bit long. Probably a combination of the two. So I'm going to save it. If I go to exit, save and quit. Let's exit it there. Alright. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you guys next time. You have a good evening, a good cycle, and I wish you the good Z's. Later.